What's up, everybody? Dirtbag Gaming here, the channel for casual raiders. We're going over another how to gear champions guide for Skull Lord Vargal. This guy was a fun fusion to do. You literally had to farm the one rare champion in the faction or in the dungeon like what 16 times to get him. So I spent literally my entire week just farming one thing every single day to get as many as I possibly can. The RNG drop was so low, everybody's complaining about it, but I happen to get them. I've been using them a lot lately now in my shield wall team. So if you have this champion, I would suggest you do it for either a very tanky resistance arena team, or the faction wars, or the faction crypts, or wherever you want to use them, but make him as tanky as possible because his base stats are ridiculous. 27,000 HP, 1,300 defense, 107 speed, 90 resistance, and 70. Like, he is just amazing, and we knew he was going to be used somewhere in the game, so we fused him and we got him. So we're going to make a guide on what kind of gear sets he's going to be good for, what you're looking for, where you're going to use him. Like, not a full guide, it's really just like how to gear him guide. So I changed hats because I made this like the 5th video I made tonight, so it doesn't look like I'm wearing the same hat in every single video. So let's get into it. Skull Lord, we're going to call him Skull Lord. So Skull Lord, first we go over the skills to kind of see where we would use them at, what kind of skill sets he would be good with. So first things first, A1 attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit fills the turn meter. This targets turn meter by 5%. So accuracy would definitely be good for that. Has 30% chance to repeat this skill. Place 100% heal reduction debuff on the target for 2 turns if the skill is repeated. So it's crazy how many times this could hit. I run him a lot in PvP, and sometimes he'll hit 12 times, like in a row. It's like boom, 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 the entire, like, I'm like, when is he gonna stop? And it sucks when it's being done on you, but when you do it to somebody else, it's freaking hilarious. Plays the 100% heal reduction, which is really good, especially on an Arbiter. His skill 2, which actually places a provoke and a strengthen buff. So the strengthen buff is on you, and 75% chance of placing a provoke on the enemy target. I wish I had books for this guy, because I would definitely book him if I had extra books. I don't want to waste books on him. But the provoke, you definitely need accuracy. So placing an accuracy, it's just a place, so it's not like you have to hit somebody or it literally just places it. It's 75% chance, so definitely having accuracy for that. And finally, attacks all enemies, so an AoE has a 75% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack, which is great in PvE, it's great in clan bosses, great in faction wars, great in everything. So decreased attacks means that you survive longer because they're hitting you less, or lesser. They're not hitting as hard. So definitely having accuracy on that. And they're all high percentages. It's 75%, 75%, and 30% chance to get more attacks, which is just a bonus. His passive is pretty unique. Is when he's attacked, it decreases the attacker's max HP by 5%, cannot decrease the single target's max HP by more than 50% for enemy attack. So when people attack you, it's decreasing their max HP, but it doesn't work bosses. So if you use them for this Scarab King, it doesn't work against them, which kind of stinks. Has a 50% chance of placing a True Fear buff on the target whose max HP has been decreased by 20% or more. So if people are just attacking you, which they do in PvP, or if you have a provoking somebody, eventually it's going to place a True Fear on them. And if in your shield wall team, you're going to last longer than 1 turn. So that's why this actually procs, quite often. His last thing really is just for a Skull Sworn. If you, it revives him once per turn. Every time that he goes, it revives Skull Sworn. If you have multiple Skull Sworns, it revives one of them. So that's why he makes the faction wars for Lizardmen really easy. Not really easy, but easier. Build up a Skull Sworn as tanky as you possibly can make him, so that way you can take all of the hits. And if he happens to die, he just reses them for free, and then you get 3 stars on everything. Masteries, I got mine all the way down to the resistance tree. I want him to be as resistant as possible. I didn't build him to do damage, I built him to survive. So this helps out by reducing their turn meter. This gives you a little bit more accuracy. I probably should have went this, but I just wanted him tanky, so I put more HP on him. And obviously all the way down to the 50% resist. He can counterattack, which is great, and he boosts his turn meter to go faster because he's not going to go fast on the arena team, so you definitely want to boost his turn meter as much as possible. If I were to go a little bit more, I'd probably go this one or this one. Probably this one, just a 5% chance to increase my chances to place the decreased attack and the heal debuff, but this can extend it. So one of these two, probably the Hexer. I would go to the Hexer. So those are the masters. Now the artifacts, which is what we're here for, we're going to be aiming to boost up his HP. For my build, we're going to boost up as much resistance as possible. But if you're going to build him for, what I mentioned earlier, you definitely want him to have a crap ton of HP, and you want him to have a lot of defense because he works off of his defense. So a couple sets that they're going to be good for him is obviously a shield set. Why a shield set's going to be great for him is because he has 27,000 starting HP. Not a lot of champions have that. Most HP champions don't have that. And he's not even an HP champion, he's a defense champion, which makes him even deadlier because he's going to survive longer and have a crap ton of HP. So I went with the shield set. You can go with the HP set, you can go with the defense set, you can go with the lifesteal set, you can go with a ton of sets for him. But if you're going to build him for a lot of resistance, be PvP, and the faction wars, I would highly suggest him being the one to wear the shield set for your faction wars build. So let's get into it. I always start with the gloves. So for this glove, if you're going to go with the HP shield set, you want to have as much HP as possible. So we went with the HP gloves. If you have defense gloves, it's not a bad thing. Just make sure you roll substat HP. So for me, I didn't have to have the substat HP because I have the main stat HP. So if this were to have any defense on it, I would definitely get that. For my build, if you notice, I have a ton of resistance. So I'm just going to try and aim for as much resistance, speed as possible. He doesn't have a ton of crit rate, so I wasn't going for the crit rate route. I want him to survive. I want him to last as long as possible. So we're going to go resistance, HP, and defense, and speed. Speed is always a bonus. Now for the second thing I want to look for is obviously to fill the shield set. So if the shield is what I'm going for, I'm going to look for the best shield set that has the best HP stats. So what we do is we go to substats, we go to HP, we go to equipped, and we go to our shield set. Because if somebody else has my best shield set equipped, I want to take it off and I want to put it on my main dude. So these are the people that have some of the shield sets. It's all random people. But I'm going to look for the most HP, which this says HP. So if I upgrade this, always upgrade 4 at a time. Don't ever go up to 16 unless there is a artifact enhancement event, which there's one coming up. So I'm not going to ever go up to 16 unless there's an event that's going to give me extra bonuses. So this wasn't good. This was attack. I'm definitely going to sell this because there's no extra speed substat either. We'll sell that. That sucks. This one has HP percentage, accuracy, which is pretty good, and HP substat. Then we got crit damage, no HP roll, but we could roll one more time, so that's why I kept that one. This one has HP and attack, so this wasn't the best. This one has 14% HP, that's pretty good. Now let's see what I gave my guy. Speed, look at that speed roll. So we had 2 speed roll. We have HP percentage for the subset and resistance. This is the perfect weapon for this guy. So there you go, and I rolled an 8 max HP on that, so that's really good. So that was the best one for there. So now we have 2 pieces. We have HP for the gloves, and we have this one for the weapon. If you don't have a shield set HP, let's say let's say you have a shield set for either the chest piece, which is HP, or defense, and then speed boots for the shield set, put those on. And then just put the best HP glove that you have in replace of this shield one. All right, so just make sure you have 4 pieces of shield. Wherever they go, these are just the best ones I had. Now, the next one you want to get is obviously the helmet. So for the helmet that we have that's 20% HP right there. Attack, which you don't need on him, accuracy, which is good, and then defense. But again, I need resistance. So the one that I got, look, that's 500 HP, that's a lot. What I got was resistance. So I wanted as much. So we got resistance, speed, which is great, and accuracy to have him hit stuff. If this was, it would be the perfect helmet, but it wasn't. I don't think it had any more resistance. No resistance. Okay. But you don't want the resistance, you just want HP, this would be perfect. That's 20 extra HP right there. That's an extra 5,500 HP because it's that percentage is based off of his main stat. So 27,420 times 20% is what you're adding. That's how that works, if you were ever curious. Now, shield, we have HP, which is great, HP, which is also great, defense, and 6% crit just for the hell of it. If this was resistance, I would replace. So let's see, we got crit damage, speed, HP accuracy, HP accuracy, speed accuracy, HP, and that was it. So that was the best shield I had for this guy. Now chest piece, you always want for again the shield set specifically HP. For this guy, Skullward, defense wouldn't be bad. So if you went with the defense chest, that's fine as long as you have substat HP. I happen to roll 50% main stat with 21% defense, like the max roll you can get only on a 5-star. So this is a really good chest piece for this guy. It's in a resistance set, which is what I was aiming for. So if you had a substat HP life, that would be great. Substat defense, substat speed, substat accuracy, resistance. Yeah, this one, Immortal, is always great. Divine Life, any of these other ones, Divine Life, Divine Speed. This one, the Resilience, is actually pretty good. It gives you HP and defense, so it would be perfect for this guy. So if you are actually crafting gear, definitely go with that. Perception is for accuracy, so if you need more accuracy, it gives you that, and that's about it. This is for attack. So I would definitely go with the HP defense or HP or speed. But we went with resistance because I'm building a shield wall team, so we went with this one. Now the boots, again, you always want speed. For him, if you are using him in PvP, you can get away with HP, speed, or defense for the main stats. But the substats have to be really good. So for these substats, we went speed with the main stat because I wanted him fast. HP, which is great. Defense, which is awesome. Attack sucks. And then defense for the substat. So if this was resistance, that'd be really, really good. If this was accuracy, that'd be okay. If this was crit rate, crit damage, any of that stuff, that'd be awesome. But we got attack. So that was the best boots I had. And then for the banner, now my gear, I want resistance. So we happen to have a resistance banner. Always save the resistant banners that you have that have speed substats or pretty good substats because you never know when you're going to use it. I always sold all my resistance gear because I never thought I'd ever build a resistance team, and look at me now. I have a really, really good resistance team. So I had to farm spider a lot to get these resistance banners, especially the ones I was looking for. So look at these stats. If this was an HP percentage, it would be the best banner that you can possibly get, but it's not. But that's an extra 20%, 20 speed right there, defense, HP. So that's kind of what you're looking for, is whatever banner, whether it be HP, defense, for me, resistance, but the fastest speed you can get, just to make sure that you're, going faster than the PvE team. Now for the neck piece, if you don't have any crit rate, you don't need crit damage neck piece. Crit damage neck pieces are for usually damage dealers that have close to 100% crit rate. If you don't crit damage doesn't matter. So what did we go with? We probably went with defense. Yep, so defense and HP. So if you go with the HP neck piece, that doesn't hurt you. I went with defense because I want him some kind of tanky. So we went with the defense neck piece with accuracy. This is the only one you can get accuracy on besides the banner. So usually you just want the most accuracy you could possibly get for the neck piece. I happen to roll 1 resistance because I was looking for resistance. So if I actually rolled 3 in resistance, that would be the perfect one for me. But we got 1 resistance and 2 accuracy. So look for the neck piece that has the best accuracy for the stat that you want, whether it be HP or defense. Now, ring. For the shield set, I wanted the HP ring, but the reason I took it was because I rolled HP. I think that was the best HP that I could get. Substats, HP percentage, equipped. What do we got? This guy has defense, HP, attack, HP, defense. So this isn't as good. This one has, wow, 19% HP. Let's see, it's an attack ring. That's tough. If I was newer in the game, I would put this ring on my guy, just because the 20% HP and 5% defense. You can always replace it later. What else we got? We got this one. That's attack. Defense, there's almost 20% defense. Defense, HP. So this is a really good ring, but I have it on my Draco. I don't want to take it off. Defense, HP. That was a crappy roll. HP, HP. Okay, so this was the best ring that I could find that has 9, 10, 12, 13 HP and for the defense. This was an attack, that'd be even better. All right, so that was everything that you're looking for these guys. Now, again, the masteries, skills we went over, and then the total stats, going back to this, we have 1000 HP, which is, again, it's pretty good. It's more towards like the late game type build, but as you're building up, you're going to get up to this. We have 3400 defense for a defense type champion. That's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay, especially if you have 88,000 HP. 203 speed, which is really good for the arena and good for the he goes right after my Skull Smash Lord, because my Smash Lord cleanses everything from my guys if they actually hit. So that way, if my Skull Lord goes first, he can to then do whatever he has to do. Crit rate, it's not as we could get, but we're not aiming for that. But 413 resistance. This would have an extra 40 once this gets up the Great Hall, so it's an extra 40 for the Great Hall. But that's the most that I can get with this guy. And then accuracy, so 80% extra accuracy because the Great Hall, the 228 isn't bad. He does land his minus attacks on everybody and also his provokes sometimes. I know it's still a percentage chance, but once he actually does the percentage, it does land. So that's pretty good. So yeah, those are his total stats. So the only thing that you're really aiming for, again, for this guy, if you're doing shield set, is HP. If you're doing So guys, I appreciate you clicking on the video. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like if this helped you out. Leave a suggestion on some other guys you want me to run or do guides for. I'm going to do actually a guide for him because I don't think I did a main guide for him soon, because he's definitely one of my favorite guys. But guys, appreciate the time. Good luck with everything, and enjoy the rest of your week.